It's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday to be alive. And as I welcome you all into my space, into just this sacred space to breathe, to remember, to really become true to the essence of loving, love that's inside of all of you. So let us just take this moment here and now to take that deep, deep breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth. And once again, deep breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth. And if you're not sitting, or if you're out busy right now, just take a moment just to ground yourself. Just put both feet on the ground or both feet up on the couch and just ground yourself right here and now into this moment. I just returned from a really powerful service at Agape, spiritual center I go to here in LA. And every time I enter into the space, the community, the essence of the Agape International Spiritual Center, I remember back to the truth of who I am, back to the essence, the wisdom, the knowingness of my soul. And one of the things that Reverend Michael spoke about this morning is just that kingdom of heaven is here and now, as Jesus Christ said. That kingdom of heaven is here and now. There's nowhere to get. There's nowhere to go. The pure embodiment of enlightenment is you. It is us right here in this moment. I always remember throughout my day that to deepen in that knowingness, to deepen in that appreciation of just the mundane. See, we can have gratitude, but we often have gratitude when somebody does something for us, or we do something for somebody else. But what if gratitude was just our way of being all the time? What if gratitude, even in the frustration, even in the worry, the doubt, the fear, the challenge, the negativity, or even the positivity, what if gratitude, because gratitude is synthesizing all of that and coming back into the core of our being. See, we're in this humanness, we're in this flesh, we are this spiritual being having a human experience. So how do we navigate this human experience? How do we really learn to navigate effectively our human experience? See, I'm an actual navigator of the seas, a navigator of the globe. Spent many years on the ocean operating vessels. And my work now in helping others navigate their own lives, navigate and really choose to listen to that wisdom within, because our life can have so many distractions, so many different energies pulling us in all of these different ways. But when we listen not to our mind, but we listen from our heart, and that's a very clear distinction. See, my mind often is filled with perceptions, misinterpretations, judgments, all of these abstract spaces of our humanness, because our mind is very much our human body. There's many philosophers and teachers and speakers who are all spoken about that. And see, when we come into that state of balance, when we come into that state where we can literally feel the deepening of our soul, the deepening of our human body, we begin to discover, we begin to awaken into the truth of our identity, into the truth of who we truly are. And see, every single one of us is a divine emanation of God. A divine emanation of God. There is nobody else like you. You can look in the mirror. You can look all across the world. Maybe even out of this world. Who knows? But there is nobody else like you in the world. And that, my friends, my family, my community, is what we are all about. See, I've spent many years in my life trying to be somebody else, trying to live somebody else's dream, trying to appeal, subordinate, create visions and dreams that weren't not my own. But as I've come more grounded into how I vibrate, into how I show up in the world, it gives me the opportunity, the permission to hold that space for others. Because just like me, there's not another you. There's not another divine creation of God like you in this world. And remember that in the morning. Remember that throughout your day. Because all of the things that I share with you, I do my best to tell myself I am far from perfect. But perfectly imperfect is what we all are. Learning, discovering, making mistakes, having vast failures, getting super high and elated, getting super depressed and down. But where am I choosing to stay? Am I choosing to stay in that high? Am I choosing to stay in that low? Or am I choosing to return to the love? To the love that's all around us. It's always here. But it requires slowing down, listening, observing, becoming keenly aware of how we show up. Because when we begin to observe ourselves, begin to ask questions that equilibrate the mind, then the purpose, the fulfillment, the knowingness in here is gracefully demonstrated into the world, beautifully orchestrated into our existence. And see, every time my mind thinks I know what the plan is, every time my mind thinks, oh, that this is all over, it's all done, or I've really ended things now, or I've really messed things up now, I do my best possible to return to here, return to this wisdom inside, return to that tender, graceful knowingness in my writings, in my teaching, in my speaking. And this is the same opportunity I give to all of you, because there's no one else we wake up with every day except ourselves. We may have our partner, well, now all across the U.S., our same-sex partner, if we choose to have that. I know who I choose. I choose my beloved Koya to share this life with, to share my beautiful existence with. But regardless of who it is next to us that we wake up next to, or who it is that we share our days with, we have ourselves. And see, the more I become innately aware of how this body is represented into the world, how I'm received, perceived, personified, exemplified in my own vision for my life, then I get to hold space and do that for so many others. Because how many of you out there, and I really want you to put your hands up now, how many of you out there might be doing a job, might be in a relationship, might be doing something with your life that you just don't want to do anymore? That you recognize, this is really not for me. And what voice is it that you're listening to? Is it your mind trying to force things and trying to manipulate things and trying to make things happen? Or can you give yourself the choice, give yourself the opportunity to really go inside, to really remember the essence of who you truly are, of who we all truly are, the divine emanations of God, that love intelligence that governs this universe. See, there is only one you. Only one you. So stop trying to be somebody else. You, me, all of us have a unique set of values. These values that how we fill our space, where we spend our time, what we think about the most. It's just beginning to really recognize what is truly most important, and not what you think is most important, but what your life demonstrates. See, if I speak to somebody and they say, oh, I've wanted to do such and such for the last 10 years, but they haven't actually done it, is that actually what's most important, or is that just a self-imposed subordinated dream that they may have been buying into? See, I can relate to that because there's a lot of other people's dreams that I have chosen to spend my time and energy upon. But every time I do that, I end up running into a brick wall. That brick wall that's saying, my spirit, my soul is saying, this is not for you. So I return to my meditation. I return to my spiritual practice. I return to remembering, to recalling everything that is inside of my heart, inside of the wisdom within. See, we have our jobs, we have our occupations, we have our family, we have our friends. We have all of these things in our lives that can take us away from just the simple day-to-day things that really fulfill our inner self, that create that love bank, that create that love beauty that we get to demonstrate into the world, that we get to choose to live, to love, to be everything that we're capable of being. And so as I share all of this with you right here and right now, I'm remembered. I recall. I bring forth that space of pure unity for myself, most importantly, and then secondly, for all of the others who make that same choice as you to discover the wisdom within, to remember who you truly are. And whether it's on Sunday, God's day, or every day of the week, that's the opportunity that we have. Wherever you are in the world, wherever your soul has chosen to incarnate into that body, or maybe you travel all over the world as I do, but wherever you are, there you are. Wherever you go, there you go. Meaning that any problems, any frustrations that you're experiencing right here and right now, if you go to a new city, if you go to a new place, they're going to continue until you make that choice to dissolve the misinterpretations, to let go of the things inside of yourself that are no longer serving you. And it's not always an easy choice. And often it feels very uncomfortable. That's the reason the coaching, the service that I help people navigate in their lives is all about choosing that life beyond our comfort zone. Because when we make a decision that we know is going to make us uncomfortable, but we're choosing to remain inside of our own divinity within that uncomfortable choice, then we awaken to the wisdom within. But see, if we choose a life that's always just easy, then we're not giving ourselves the options, the possibilities, the opportunities to grow and transform into the fullness of who you are. And see, all of these words that I speak to you, I speak them back to myself. I speak them back fully, unconditionally to myself. So that on this Sunday, or whatever day of the week it is as you listen to this, remember the essence, the fullness, the breath of your being. That you too can make that choice. Not to choose the fear, the worry, the doubt, the frustration, but to choose to walk through it with grace, with ease, knowing that uncomfortable situations will arise because the transformation, the awakening of your humanness through the personification, the embodiment of your soul, there is nothing, in my opinion, in the lives of many others, it means more to truly fulfilling the purpose inside. So if you'd like to continue this discussion, to learn more about how you can really maximize your fullest potential in the world, write me an email, write me a message. My website, lifebeyondcomfort.com. My email, lifebeyondcomfort@gmail.com. I want you to reach out and tell me what frustrations, what you're going through today that you might not know how you're going to get through, but just know that you are worthy of love. You are love. And the kingdom of heaven is right here and right now. Right here and right now is that kingdom. Don't let yourself forget that. And that life that you want so badly to create is the life that you are living. There's nowhere to get to. It's already here. It's already here. And let us remember that. Let us truly remember that space of love, truthfulness, honesty, integrity from within. I thank you all for your wisdom, for your time, for your energy, for your dedication to continually transforming your life to the life of the divine, the life of God, the life of loving, letting go of your judgments, letting go of the victimization, letting go of the he said, she said bullshit. It doesn't mean anything. The truth of your love, of your life, is one presence, one mind, one essence inside. And return to me here. I will continue these weekly broadcasts, and sometimes even more than that, to allow, to provide, because I know in my time of need, in my time of my frustration, those teachers, those leaders who I've looked up to have helped me. And now as I stand on their shoulders, you all get to do the same. You all get to choose the life of God, to choose the life of divine essence of your being. Thank you all so, so very much for your unique expression in the world, for the truth that you represent. I love each and every one of you. Namaste.